now, but it's been over 30 years since I started having the connection with the vagus nerve and going up in spasms and all kinds of crazy stuff. It's a heart issue, and it is a heart issue that is emotional. Your emotional health is very closely linked to your heart health. You can go out and cardiovascular health can be riding on a bike or creating a need for oxygen in your heart and supplying it. That's what aerobics is, actively. Or you can do the breathing like we do in here. So the breathing is what has given me the most benefit, and so that's the direction that I'm going to go in. Today the moon is in Taurus today, and this is about your need for stability right now. And if you want to feel unstable, fight for your very breath. COPD, those people who have COPD or lung problems or throat problems or thyroid problems have a real problem, and it's not something that you can just put on the side. You don't hear these symptoms out there, but there is no stability in those problems because you have a blockage with the communication in your life, whether it's communicating with yourself or communicating to others. It's having lying to yourself has a lot of implications on your health, on your physical and mental health. So with this moon in Taurus, we're going to have to learn to accept change in our lives and not and to accept the reality of the change in our lives. But the basic problem for Tauruses especially is finding their own self-respect in order to ensure that they don't mistakenly find it in things, and that's where we talk about prosperity. It's not prosperity, it's abundance, but it's easy to get the two mixed up. When you accept yourself for who you are, it will become easier for you to find peace and tranquility in the outside world. And when you detach from the need to control anything, the need to desire things, you just detach from the need to control it. You become free. You free yourself. So today the organs that we're looking at, especially with this throat chakra being active, Vishuddha, and that's all about your voice, all about your sound is the element that this involves, but it's all about your hearing and um, and all about speaking up in your truth. And you hear the word truth, but I don't know if people understand it because Christ told you, I am the truth, the way, and the life. So the truth is an absolute, and and so it's important that you align your voice with the truth, also with the voice of God, with the sound that you hear. There were a lot of things I wanted to talk to you about. One of them is, what does it mean when your right ear rings? Anybody hear a frequency coming into your right ear, and it's supra, it is not tinnitus, so it is super high, and it is out of the normal range. It's a silvery peal, and the frequency is really, really high. That ringing has a spiritual connotation, but rule out the physical first. Okay, rule out the physical. You could be, I know people experience that when they come up here, when they fly, when you go up in the airplane, ears start to ring, or when you go up to higher elevations. I live at a higher elevation, but I can hear that frequency all the time. And so there's a lot of ways that you could interpret that today, but it is the voice of, we call it the voice of God. It is a high frequency when you start to ascend and when you experience ascension, and then when you start to vibrate at a very high frequency, thank you for the follow, Z8, at a very high frequency, then you start to hear it, and you hear it 24/7. It is, some people call it light code, and the light code, you don't have to translate it. It will translate itself. It is your language, and it will seat itself in your body and translate. But today, the organs that we are going to look at are